Hey guys, Mr. Baldino again, back with your daily movement. Today we're going to be doing some cardiovascular work. So for some of you, this may be a little bit difficult and I'm going to give you some modifications for it. But again, it's going to be 5 moves. Today you're not going to do them for reps. Okay, so again, you can do this as a circuit or you can do it just one time through if you can, and if you can do it more than that, that's great. But it's going to be 5 moves. You're going to do them from anywhere between 10 to 30 seconds. So if you were an athlete and you were used to doing training before we were, got out of school, and you were used to moving a lot, you can do these consecutively, one from the next, for up to 30 seconds. If you can challenge yourself, that's awesome. If not, stay to that 10-second range, and then you're only doing each move for 10 seconds, and you're done in less than a minute, okay? And then if you want, you can take a break and go back through them. So let's get started with the 5 moves. For our first move, we're going to be doing skater hops. Now, this is a plyometric move. We can slow it down and modify it, or you can do it full speed. I'm going to show you how it looks both ways. So you're going to need probably about 6 to 7 feet of space to do this move, and it's really simple. So what you're going to be doing is have your feet nice and wide, and you are going to pick one foot up and push off with the opposite leg. All right, now there's a bit of a balance portion here. So keep this leg nice and bent as you land, and then you're going to jump to the other side, okay? And you're just going back and forth, all right? Now, if you want, you can make it really quick and jump as far as you can on both sides. If you have trouble with that, and that's pushing it too far, keep your feet closer, and all you're going to do is step from one leg to the next, okay? That's your modification. Step and always keeping both one foot on the ground at a time and don't have any flight. Okay? If you really want to challenge yourself, you can push as really far as you can, hold, and then come back and forth. All right? That's your first move, the skaters. So for the next move, we're going to be continuing with the idea of using minimal equipment or no equipment. We're going to break out a little bit. If you guys have a jump rope at home, or even if you just have a piece of rope hanging around, you can use that as well. For demonstration purposes, I'm not going to use this jump rope, but just in case you have one and you have the space to use it, go right ahead. So with doing a jump rope, it's very simple. Basically, it's just that you're jumping in place, okay? Now, a couple things with this is you want to make sure that your knees have a slight bend in them to absorb when you hit the ground. If not, you're going to be putting unneeded wear and tear on them, especially if you're a little bit on the heavier side. This will put more on it. If you have trouble actually doing the motion, don't worry about getting the coordination down, just the movement nice and easy, all right? So swinging your arms forward just like this, and when you're ready, as your arms are hitting forward, you're just doing a tiny jump, okay? So if you want and you want to challenge yourself, you can go really fast. You can even pick one foot up, do some squats in between, however you want to do it to challenge yourself with that movement. All right, so that's number 2. Let's move on to the next. For this next move, we are going to bust out a monster. And what I mean by that is they're called Frankensteins. So not that it's October or near Halloween, but we're going to pretend that we're Frankenstein and do kind of movements with it. So this is, yes, a cardiovascular movement, but it's also going to get your core involved as well. Okay, so how this works, a couple ways you can do it. I'm going to turn sideways so you can see it. You're going to keep your arms straight, and then your toes are going to touch your fingers, okay? Now, there's 2 options with this. You can either do same arm to same leg, okay? Or you can go cross your body. So I do my left leg to my right arm, and my left arm to my right leg. Completely up to you. You have those 2 options. Again, as many as you can do within the time frame. All right, for the last or second to last movement of this, if you're a basketball player, I know you guys have done these way too many times, but they're shuffles. Now, what you can do to make this a little bit different is have somebody in your house that's with you tell you which direction to go, okay? So it'd be forward, backwards, right and left, and you're going to do this again for that time period, whether it's the 10 or the 30 seconds that you choose. Again, don't move really, really far. You only need about 6 to 7 feet of this to do it. So you can just move your feet, and as the person points, you shuffle to that direction, go back to center. If they point behind, you move back. If they point forward, you go forward. And if they go the other way, you move that way. Or you can just do it in your head, right? So you can just set up a pattern and follow it. All right? And that's your 4th move. We got one more. So for this last one, I'm going to tell you right now, to be honest, I'm going to be out of breath doing this while I'm explaining it. They are jump knee tucks. Now, if you cannot jump and do them, again, I'm going to give you a modification that you'll be able to do it. So there's 3 levels of this. I'll start with the modification, then I'll show you what it looks like all the way to the end. So you're going to be just taking your hands and putting them about waist height, okay? And you're just going to be lifting one knee up at a time, okay? This is the modified version. Very simple, very basic, okay? The next one is if you can jump, you can even bring your hands down if you need to, both knees up to your hands, and take a break in between each jump. And if you're that athlete that was running around before we closed school and you're in decent shape, you can just constant jump knee tucks, all right? This last move will get you. So as always, remember, before you do whatever we're doing, make sure you do a little bit of a warm-up. Now I'm losing my breath like I told you I would. Do some type of warm-up before you do these. Again, you can do it as a full circuit, go through all of them, 10 to 30 seconds each. You can take a break and go through it again if you choose to do so. Hope you guys are doing well. Take care of yourselves.